Um, on the previous video, you guys noticed that it was a very long video. A good portion of the video was also me working on the head. Working on the head is something that takes a long time. I don't achieve a satisfactory point by with a few minutes. It takes me a while to get to the proportion that I'm looking for and to the shapes. With that in mind, I don't want the video to be so long that people will get bored or people will like this is just tedious, which it is a tedious process, and it's hard for me to explain how I achieve certain shapes and forms because it's a very natural process. It's a very natural sculpting process that I do, and it's try and error, I would say. I keep trying until I get to a satisfactory point. And because the process is long, I thought about just doing a time-lapse video when I'm working on the head. That way it's not as you know, tiresome to watch, and it will look like I'm doing the same thing over and over. You will agree with me once you watch the video. But I will speed it up. Maybe I will cut it because it may be too long. I'm not sure yet. But I wanted to give you a heads up from the beginning of this video that I will be trying to get to the right shape of the head, not adding details, not adding likeness. Right now is basically finding the right size of the head and the right shape of the cowl and his mouth a little bit. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to work on the head, and I will do a 360 so you guys can see what the sculpture is looking like at this point. So it looks a little awkward, weird with the head right now, but it will get better after we work a little more on the cowl. And then one other observation I want to point is that I'm not sure if I will do him looking straight ahead, like looking up and straight ahead, because it may look kind of awkward. So I thought maybe I should tilt his head down a little, or and if it's straight on look, tilt the head down, eyes up, like he's staring at you, ready to face you or something like that. Or maybe looking down like he's on top of a building, looking down on the city. I'm not sure yet, but I thought it would be better to give some dynamic to the sculpture by tilting the head one way or another. Not 100% sure which way I'm gonna go, but that's why you see now the head a little bit looking down and to the side. I just wanted to give a little bit more of a dynamic pose, because he is just standing there on a museum pose. Maybe we can play with the head to give it more of a, you know, character and make it look more, you know, natural than just still like standing. Cool. Let's go and work on the head. It's been almost 40 minutes or maybe more than 40 minutes. I'm not 100% sure. I want to keep the head sculpt videos right around there, no more than 40 minutes, because then it's just too long and it takes too long to watch. So we may have multiple videos sculpting the head, working on the head. I want to show you where we are as far as the shape goes. See, I'm just still working on the top of the head, and as you can tell, I used some primary shapes, like just a flat shape on the side of his head and a flat shape on the other side. Another thing that you can tell, if you look like from top to, like if you look from the top of the head, you can see that the skull is larger on the back and thinner on the front. So I try to do that kind of shape as well. Okay. And so what else? I will keep working on this. I will keep working on the shape. See, it's a lot more precise as far as the line goes. And I'm always looking at my reference over here on the picture. So I go back and forth and I keep looking. I didn't do any work here on the mouth. That's okay. We're gonna probably do that on the next video. But for this video, I think I'm very happy. There's a little line on the costume on the back here on the original cowl, and I want to put that in here, so that's why you see this line here. I'm already preparing the area to have that detail from his cowl. I didn't put the bat ears yet. We can do that later because it will get in the way. So it makes no sense to put the bat ears right now. And I've also noticed by looking at my picture that if I were to divide the face in 3 parts, so the cowl takes one, like the area exposed when you're looking on its profile, it's like 1/3 of the head. So I'm trying to make sure, that's why I kind of put that line forward a little bit. So I'm trying to see if I can do the same, have a 1/3 of the mouth exposed, considered the whole distance between here and the back of the head. If you look at my picture there, it's kind of like a 1/3. Okay. What else can I share with you guys? And that's how I do it. I just keep working on it. You saw I use my thumb to push like the mask in this area. I did a lot of sanding. And I haven't brought it to the body of the sculpture yet. Let's go ahead and do that because I don't want to, lose the proportions. I think this looks pretty spot on from my angle here. I don't know from the camera angle, but it looks like it'll work great. This size of head, it's looking accurate. And I can always measure that head with my compass, right? We can come here and measure the head, like from the chin to the top of the cowl. Let's do it real quick just for the fun and see. I just put it on the chin, and then this is sort of how big should be, and then I do the same over there, and interestingly I'm pretty close, so it's very close. Okay, so don't forget to use this little tool to keep your proportions as close as possible to what it should be. And I will continue on the next video. I won't do any work, and then we'll do the whole head on camera. That way, I just decided to do the whole thing on camera. That way you can see that it takes a little bit of time to get this right. But you will see exactly how I do it, and you guys can do it too. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.